Shannon, when are y'all brothers going to learn? You should be ashamed of your damn self. You're grown. That's what you get for thinking about the wrong head.
So I'm trying to say what makes his situation special. I know we all want to browbeat him and tell him he's wrong, but I haven't heard yet how what he's doing shows that he was thinking with the wrong head. He just got finessed. He got taken advantage of like people do all the time that are everyday people. The people their age and their color.
I know it's with me for the money, then I know for a fact at some point in time she's going to make a play for the money.
He's a celebrity. That's different than money. There's money. He's in the top 1% of peak physical shape of anybody in the universe right now. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He's charismatic. He's funny. This is why America fell in love with this guy in the first place. Let's not pretend it's just money. She liked him for all the reasons why we liked him. We're not pretending.
We see it's just for money.
It is.
Hold on. Okay, what do we see that's showing us just for money?
What person
on this show?
This is the hottest show on the planet right now.
What's the debate? Ain't no debate.
Shannon, when are y'all brothers going to learn? Now you got this snowflake recording your phone calls, and who knows how many other phone calls she's got recorded of you to make her case, which you helped her with her case. And how long were you talking to this little girl? She sounds like a little kid on the phone recordings. And how old are you? You in your late 50s. Why are you running after these little girls? Shannon, all this little girl needs is reasonable doubt. And her case is won. Give me that money. You fell right into this woman's hands. This 19-year-old? Clearly the call was a setup. It sounds very obvious, especially the way how she's talking to you, and you are putty right into this little girl's hands. You should be ashamed of your damn self. You're grown. Now look at you. You can hear this snowflake baiting him, and he is putty in her damn hands. I wouldn't be surprised if she recorded all your conversations, because the thing about it is, she was playing the game while you were trying to get you some. And got some, and what happened? Now she wants her shmoney. What were you thinking? What did Biggie always say? Money, more problems. Damn, that is such a right quote for this moment right now. That girl wants $50 million. Whew. Who she think she is? Chelsea Clinton? And the thing about it is, I don't feel sorry for you because you're the one that was talking about Drea and that whatever her baby daddy on these young basketball players, but at the same time running after these little girls too. That woman sound like a little kid on the phone, and your dumb ass just eating it up. That's what you get for thinking about the wrong head.
Was thinking with the wrong head.
I feel that all men pay for sex. You can say I'm wrong, you can say I'm right. Whether you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship, you're in a date, whatever it is, it's always transactional. But it's always in how you go about doing it. And I think for him, his biggest mistake was soliciting sex from this girl that is 19 years old. She's still a teenager. Now, if it would have been a 30-year-old woman, 40-year-old woman, 50, even 70-year-old woman, I don't think this would have got that much publicity. But because of her age, everybody's like in an uproar about it.
Whoever did that, put that picture up there of him, really hates Shannon Sharpe to the core. It's a bobblehead Shannon Sharpe. So, Fresh, it was thinking with the wrong head?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think that can be disputed.
So I don't think he was thinking with the wrong head, no different than anybody else thinking with the wrong head when they get a relationship in general, because people have their imperfections and men are doing a cost analysis of, is she worth the trouble? I've heard somebody say, everybody's crazy, you just got to find you're crazy. Yeah. That is the reality. So going back into it again, I think that he was in a relationship, but this wasn't a woman that was like some kind of a fling. They were in a consensual relationship for a while. There's rumors, I don't know if it's just true, about whenever his live stream thing went on, and whatever it was, this lady, when she found out about it, was part of the reason why I guess it was going to an end. I don't know if that's true or not, but my point is just saying it was something more than just a casual relationship. So to me, the only issue would be if you think he shouldn't be in a relationship with this woman. He got betrayed. That's what happened. He just got betrayed. That could happen to anybody. Most people that we know have been betrayed in relationships. So his is just public. Steve Harvey talks about it all the time. He says, we all go through stuff. Mine's just public. Kevin Hart did that when he went through his trials.
Right.
We all go through this stuff. I'm just public, so everybody can look at the person and go, oh, you stupid, you're naive. How you gonna let somebody fool you like that? Blah, 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 blah. But that happens to us on a smaller scale. Just nobody knows about it. And we get to be forgetful. We forget that happened to us. And we get to stand on our moral high ground and judge the celebrity because their stuff is on Front Street. But what did he really do wrong? He just was in a relationship with a woman who used it against him. Mm-hmm. That happens. You ever seen the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate? This stuff happens all the time.
Here's the problem. We're going off if what she says is true, then within their relationship, he was still wrong if he took advantage of her in that moment where she said that that's not what she wanted to happen. So if we're just talking about 100%.
Yeah.
If I'm with my let's just put it with me. If I'm with my wife or my girlfriend or my consensual partner one night and she says, "Listen, my guy, I'm not feeling that move tonight. I don't want to do that," and I still do it. By definition, at least the definition of the law, I still assaulted her.
Hold on, okay, because I thought we were talking in the context of the video we just watched. She didn't believe. She think he was set up, so she's not claiming that stuff is legitimate. She's claiming he got finesse. So we're saying if you're taking the stance that he did do those things, then yeah, obviously we can agree with all that stuff. I'm saying that he didn't do that stuff. I think the evidence demonstrates, as the lady in the video said, that he was set up, whether it was the phone calls, all that kind of stuff. He got finessed by a younger woman. That's what I think the lady on the video was saying. That's what I personally believe. But I think that anybody can be betrayed. So I think he was thinking with the same head we all think with. And any of us in a relationship right now can be betrayed in the same way, just not going to be on the news.
So in that context, I for sure could not be caught up in the same way with a child that young, because my thing is, and this is where the celebrity comes in.
Not that young. I'm saying that you can be set up with a woman, regardless of her age.
But we're talking about in the context of should he have been in that relationship with the woman? You said if it's not wrong for to be in a relationship, should he have been in the relationship? I think he should not have been, because Shannon Sharpe needs to consider what she would be in a relationship with him for. And if he's honest with himself, it's for the money. If I'm with somebody that's with me for the money,
that's everything. That's every relationship. Victoria just got done saying they're transactional.
It's very transactional. My point is, what do they have in common? Where are they meeting other than his fame, celebrity, and what he can do for her? If I'm with a woman who I know is with me for the money, then I know for a fact at some point in time she's going to make a play for the money.
He's a celebrity. That's different than money. There's money. He's in the top 1% of peak physical shape of anybody in the universe right now. He's a good-looking guy. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He's charismatic. He's funny. This is why America fell in love with this guy in the first place. Let's not pretend it's just money. She liked him for all the reasons why we liked him.
We see it's just for money.
It is.
Hold on. Okay, what do we see that's showing it's just for money?
What person do you know that records conversations?
That happens all the time. Y'all need to talk to a divorce lawyer. Y'all need to talk to a divorce lawyer if you really believe that. This stuff happens all the time in America.
Of course, you may record yourself intimate, right, with someone, but to be on there recording a conversation about them choking you and hurting you, that's a little bit that's like going too far. So what are you going to use that for?
I know plenty of people.
Play it back? Are you going to play it back and be like, oh my God, I'm getting aroused?
Yeah, I know plenty of people who are video recording their escapades.
Yes.
And audio recording them. So again, that's regular everyday people. So I'm trying to say what makes his situation special. I know we all want to browbeat him and tell him he's wrong, but I haven't heard yet how what he's doing shows that he was thinking with the wrong head. He just got finessed. He got taken advantage of, like people do all the time. That are everyday people, the people their age and their color.
I don't know if you saw a video of him, and it was on his night show with Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco was like, "Hey, this is a 37-year-old virgin. You should, give her a call." He was like, "I don't know, 37-year-old virgin. I want a sinner." He was going for the nastiest girl that was going to do whatever he wanted her to do.
But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with it, man? I don't have that opinion. That's not how I move. No. But I know plenty of good men who say those things all the time.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, if something was to happen, to that. Okay, I was gonna say it's nothing wrong with it, But when it comes down to now, it's become transactional. Where now you want $50 million.
Well, hold on. You said earlier there's always transactional.
Right,
So now
that's
you're
what I'm
saying it got transactional. But
no, I'm saying he probably funded her. She's OnlyFans, right? I'm pretty sure he funded her. You know, the escapades.
yeah, and that percentage of the funding he did for her is probably the same percentage of funding that those of us who are dating we spend.
Exactly.
You know, from my salary and my net worth to the money I spend on a date is probably way more disproportionate than when he's spending on her with his net worth.
Then how do we get to 50 million then?
Well, again, he got finessed. But again, he didn't go in a relationship expecting to be finessed like that. They had a real relationship. Whatever that relationship was, it was a real relationship. to where
real. Because like, if just think about it, it's Shannon Sharpe. Like, seriously, and you're getting me from an OnlyFans page. No, that's not a real relationship.
They get married too. They get married too.
They met at the gym.
I'm
pretty sure they met at the gym. I'm pretty sure he knew that she had an OnlyFans, but they met organically at a gym, from what I'm understanding.
Who said that? Is this a
I think this? Yes, I think at some point in time he told a story where they met at.
Yeah, they met at the gym. That's where they met.
They met at the gym that they work out at.
They're both workouts. They're both gym rats. They have a lot in common. They're both paid by audience people. They're both gym rats. They're both really into their physique and their overall look. They have those things in common. And then he pursued her, from how the story goes. I don't know if that's actually true. And that was what he was doing. And then she sabotaged it. Just like we saw when Janet Jackson got married to that billionaire and had a clause that if she stayed for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of babies, she got a certain amount of payout. She left not that long after the maximum amount of payout was.
Wow. Yeah.
We don't walk around saying she finessed that dude. So, and she's black and older. So I just don't get why we're making a big deal of the age thing or the fact she wasn't black. But we got another question, I'm here to stand on my soapbox and proclaim that to the world.
On this show.
This is the hottest show on the planet right now.
What's the debate? Ain't no debate.